Lakers gave LeBron James a 2-year, $85 million contract extension. Also, what happened prior to the start of the show is Anthony Davis and the Lakers agreeing to a contract extension. It's a 5-year deal worth $190 million. LeBron is going to stay in the purple and gold through 2023. Now, it's a lot of money. I'm waiting for the critics to come out and say, oh, why'd LeBron take all that money? Shouldn't he have taken less? Michael did. Well, Michael did early in his career. And then the last 2 years, Michael was getting paid over $30 million a year. And he was making the Nike money as well. So Michael didn't have to take the money, but he did. And it's about winning championships. Tom Brady would have taken less money. He has taken less money. I know how this is going to be spun. The Lakers are the favorites going into this season. And they're going to be the favorites probably for the next couple of years, it feels like. LeBron got paid 2 years, $85 million. There are players who make more than LeBron James does. Now, you might go, boy, he's going to make $41, $42 million a year. So did John Wall. Should John Wall have taken less money? It's just going to be because this is LeBron James. Now, if LeBron James looks at that roster and says, all right, I want to get paid, it feels like he's worth more than that, then they're still going to be the team to beat. I don't begrudge you. Whatever your motives are, but LeBron knows at the end of the day, if he has 6 titles, then we have a conversation. If he doesn't get to 6 titles, we don't have a conversation. And by a conversation, I'm talking about somebody on the Jordan side of things engaging with you. Because right now, people on the Jordan bandwagon, they don't even engage in this. They'll go, yeah, let me know when he gets to 6. Okay, that's fine. If that's your logic, I think it's like when Montana won 4, didn't lose. Okay, and then Brady passed him, but he had still had more losses. Joe didn't lose a Super Bowl. Well, we just blew through that stop sign. And LeBron is sort of like Tom Brady in that standpoint because he's lost in the NBA Finals. Lost more than he's won. But I still think he deserves credit for getting there, and he rarely gets that. But, this is a similar situation to Jordan with the Bulls. And just like MJ, LeBron's team salary is only part of his fortune. He's making a whole lot of money off the floor as well. On the court, he didn't have much of a drop-off at age 35. Jordan started to have a drop-off. LeBron could have been the MVP. He reinvented his game once again. He averaged over 10 assists per game. And at this point, he picks and chooses his spots on defense, capable of locking down an opponent, making a big play. But he's got a well-rounded game, and he's got a well-rounded team around him. But LeBron taking that money, I'm sure that somebody will have a problem with it. I just looked at it as, what does this mean for the team? Tom Brady wants to win Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes, did anybody say, well, should have taken less? Patrick Mahomes said he took less, but it doesn't feel like he took less for a $500 million contract. But I think that's going to be a bargain at some point. LeBron's a bargain. I mean, even at $41 or $42 million, how many players make more than LeBron James does? Or will LeBron's making 41, 42? That's the next 2 years, not this contract. Did anybody say, wow, LeBron, he's a bargain? When's the last time you heard that? LeBron's a bargain. You haven't. How many players will make more money than LeBron James this year? How many of those players are more valuable to their team than LeBron James? But somehow, some way, this will be spun in a negative way that LeBron was greedy. I don't know. Did Anthony Davis take less? Anthony Davis wants to win championships, right? I'm guessing he does. 5 for 190. Should he have taken less? I don't know. But LeBron, he signed the 2-year extension, so he's got this year, 2 more years after that. I think Tim in Florida started out by saying LeBron is a flopper. So your big criticism of LeBron is he's a flopper. Boy, get in line. Take a number of the guys who flop, flail. Yes, Paulie.
LeBron's flops, though, are especially dramatic because of his physical size, because he cannot be moved by most.
But
NBA
does that
players.
make him polarizing?
No, that doesn't bother. It really actually doesn't bother me at all. It's on the refs to call it or not call it. LeBron's just working the refs. The refs are the ones who are at fault. But when he does it, he does the
I know.
Sergeant Elias getting shot in platoon move, and he's about 4 times the size of Sergeant
Oh,
Elias.
I think it's embarrassing when I see that, but that doesn't make him polarizing. I mean, there are other things if you don't like him. This comes down to, and I don't want to make the final hour about LeBron and Michael Jordan, but this is what this is about. It's Michael has this place where you put him on the mantle, or it's that portrait that you put above the fireplace. And now all of a sudden, somebody says, you know, I was thinking maybe putting that some other place. Maybe, I don't know, in the den. Can we put another portrait up there above the mantle? Yeah, what are you thinking of? LeBron James. Oh, no. You can't have that up there. We don't want LeBron interrupting our memory. Like Mike, he never missed a shot. He never lost a playoff game. Yes. True. No, he did lose playoff games. Yes, he did. Sorry. Yes, he did. Yes. First couple of years of his career. Now, if Michael had been on Sports Illustrated at the age of 16, and it was the chosen one, he goes to North Carolina. He does hit the game-winning shot for a national championship. That's big. But he would have got into the NBA, and the critics would have been all over him because he couldn't get out of the first round. Michael didn't win. And then all of a sudden he realized, I'm going to take less money, or I'm not going to ask for more money. We're going to build a roster here. He got Phil Jackson. Scottie Pippen turned out to be one of the great draft picks in NBA history. You started to fill in other parts of that roster, and he had a great team. But Mike never had the hype. He got the hype after the Air Jordan. Like once he got the shoe deal, then we wanted to see if he was great and an all-time great, because he was still just a fascinating highlight. And then he started to win. And then that's what's different. You know, LeBron started out and he was getting into the playoffs. They went to an NBA Finals with one of the worst teams ever. One of the worst teams to ever go to the NBA Finals, and they played the Spurs. But he didn't get credit. He lost. And then he'd go again, and then he would lose. And then he said, well, okay, if I want to be compared to Jordan, nobody's going to come here to Cleveland to play, and I'm going to go to Miami. Well, he got criticized for that. And then he went back to Cleveland, won a title. Yeah, but Kyrie hit the big shot. Okay. Let's see him do it in the West. And then he goes to the West. Oh, yeah, look what happened to LeBron. He went out there. They didn't make the playoffs. Okay. And then they win a title in the bubble. Degree of difficulty through the roof. And here we are. LeBron, team to beat. Great offseason. And then, oh, he should have taken less money. Why? They have the team to beat. Anthony Davis didn't take less. And here comes LeBron James knocking on Michael Jordan's door. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to open up my scrapbook and see LeBron in there. That's what bothers people. And there are things, he's passive-aggressive. He hasn't always been a good teammate. I don't believe he's punched a teammate, as Michael did. But it feels like however we can make this more about Mike and less about LeBron, then there are people who are going to do that. Trust me.
We Jordanists can spin this. LeBron didn't care enough about winning to punch out a teammate. Come on, where's the commitment to the craft?
Yeah. He should have punched out, who was it, Booby Gibson? Remember that day? Varejao, Big Z. God. He took a CBA roster to the NBA Finals against the Spurs.